Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and in this video, I want to share with you some tips for Shiyu defense. This is the critical mode. Notice that it resets every couple of days. For those of you who are planning in advance for endgame content, I'm going to share with you some tips, gear requirements to get to this stage as well, and what are you in for when we find the Shiyu defense. This is of course the official version. This is not a beta version. We have pushed through so far, and we are all the way now onto the critical mode of current frontier. So the level that you start off with is roughly around the enemy is going to be like level 50, and then you have it goes up to 53, and I think so on and so forth. It'll be like 53, 56, and then it will be hit like 60 and so on and so forth. So the level requirements is actually quite high. Most of my characters right now, and this is where I share with you the gear requirements. Currently my characters are roughly around level 40, and I'm playing with basically two teams of full level 40. I want to share with you the gear requirements that I'm using as well, and some of the team compositions that I'm playing. In order to get to this stage, that's the first question is, what do you need to do? You need to actually clear the normal frontier, all 10 stages. You don't have to S everything, you just need to basic clear everything. It's a very, very tough fight, especially the final floor. In fact, I think that the first node here is actually a lot easier than the final boss in the current frontier as well. So as long as you clear the final stage, you probably can push one floor here to get a bit of the resources. You can see for every tier that you unlock, let's say you get B tier everything, which is very, very difficult unless you are closer to that level or you are massive whale. For me, I don't have any of the very, very high number of copies. My Ellen's only like C1, Cinema 1, so it's not super advanced as well. B rank gives you 30 of these polychromes, as well as some 5 basically 1 gear that you can get from the shop, and some credits as well. Pushing deeper I think is more efficient. If you can clear as many nodes as you can, you get a lot of these gems. We have about 4 weeks, 3 weeks ish to clear, so I think a lot of us will probably be in a much better state, at least pushing into the deeper floors of Shiyu Frontier. The Shiyu defense in terms of the critical mode. There are a total of 7 floors. So how much resources do we get? 90 times 7, which is 630 polychromes in total. You also get a lot of these other rewards here. You can see you get investigation merits, you get W engine chips, which is used to trade in the shop for A rank free to play options that you're looking for. So a good amount of options that you have. The deeper floors here, as you can see, once you clear like 5th onwards, you don't really get much of the loot. Everything is all just purely investigation merits, which you can trade as currency from the shop as well. So I would say the goodies in terms of resources pretty much ends around the 4th frontier. So you want to try to clear as much as you can A rank in the 4th frontier to at least get a lot of the critical requirements like the W engine chips and whatnot. So that's our objective. In 3 weeks time, we probably want to hit at least the 4th frontier A rank clear, which I think is very, very doable. So gear requirements wise, I am currently playing with a full team of 40, and all of these characters all have their W engines at 40 as well. If you're interested to figure out how do you allocate resources more efficiently, we have a guide on the channel, the 30 to 35 guide. For your internet level, what am I recommending the order you invest in? Check that video out if you're interested. But in this video, I just want to show you the gear investment that I need. So for my DPSs, I am basically running 9 for the attack, the flat attack one. Flat attack again is much more important than HP and defense. I see a lot of people that are not band mains who band skills off with defense, leveling these HP and defense up to like 9 out of 12 in my friends list. It's not advisable, even though you get the gold tier ones, the S tier ranks ones, you don't get much value out of HP or defense, especially if you practice a bit more of the boss. You can actually dodge a lot of the attacks much easily. So I just put it at 3 and 6 because it's a very, very cheap cost for me to unlock a little bit more of substats, which for example this one gave me 1.6% more crit rate and just 1 line more of defense. And the early levels are very, very cost efficient, especially the lower rarity ones. This one basically 3 A ranks basically just gave me an unlock of attack. So max you want to go is like 6 if you want to unlock all the substats, so you can see what you get as much value. But the ones that are more important is the base stat that are attack, because this directly adds to your DPS. Early game is not the matter of surviving. Surviving is quite easy once you get the hang of the boss. The hardest part is the DPS check, because we always run out of time, especially when we are fighting against monsters 13 levels above us. That is something to note. So I personally value, this one was a hard choice for me. I was deciding between HP and attack, your thought process should be the substats here that I got and completing this set bonus, in my opinion, was worth the loss of a 20% attack. Let me see if I can find a 20% attack here somewhere. I think I already crunched it down, but basically it was 20% attack and these subs for the 4-piece of an offset. I decided to just go with HP whatever. And attack percentage here I used, as well as crit damage here I'm using. So as you can see, I'm basically investing in position 2, 3, 4, 5 for most of my characters. Ellen will be a much better example of a DPS character like that. So you can see here I have a 9, I have a 15, a 9 here and 9 here. We talked about the build guides already on the channel. If you're interested in any of these characters that I'm mainly playing right now in the early phases of the game, I probably will put out a guide for these characters, how to play them, how to increase efficiency and stuff. Do check it out as well if you're interested to learn more about that too. So that is the gear requirements for the 2 DPSs. I basically have everything here at 777 ABC, 77677 ABC. Why am I not pushing higher is because I'm currently level capped. My internal level is currently 36. Which means that I can only go up to a maximum level 40. Once we get to like internal level 40, it's going to be a lot easier. But for now, I'm pretty much stuck here right now. And something else that I want to share with you, for W engines for my Nekomata, I'm actually using just one copy of the Battle Pass one. This of course gives me good amount of crit rate. If you want to know the different Battle Pass W engines, do check out the video that we have on the different ones and why I chose Cannon Rotor also out of all of the very good ones. There are a lot of very good ones from the Battle Pass in case you are wondering what to choose. Cinema, I have Nekomata at Cinema 1. I have my Ellen at Cinema 1 as well, using her onset piece. So nothing too whaley of an account, just a slightly, I would say, a dolphin kind of level of spending because it's just E1 and a copy of their gear. For Grace, similarly, I have her decently well built, and these are the investment on my gear. All of them I pretty much just focus on position 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, and 6. The HP and defense one I really hardly use, especially if I don't really care too much about unlocking or this character is hardly on field. Grace is always off field, so I don't really need HP on this character. The one that I actually invest a lot more in sustain is actually my Lycan with my Stein characters, which take up a lot of field time. So you can see I even push Lycan's HP gear all the way up to 9, and I even level a bit of the defense piece here so that he can stay on field as long as possible and survive. And I even gave him a bit of HP here instead of anything else because I realized he was dying a lot in the later part, especially when the content becomes a lot harder for Shiyu defense normal mode 10. And that's like some of the thought process that I have. For my Nicole here, I don't even equip her super well. I just give her some sort of attack, I give her some sort of energy regeneration, and then all I'm relying on is the 4-piece effect and whatnot to increase the damage as much as possible, using free-to-play gear like this Slice of Time here, which helps me speed up the proccing of my ultimates. Unbe Damara is also using the free stuff, and also Damara Battery Mark II, the free gear that we get along the way, this Shockstar Disco, and also some of stuff that I farmed, and this is the stats that I'm using as well. So yeah, that is pretty much the 6 characters that I'm using, and the team composition that I actually use is, whoops, wrong one. This one is the Shiyu defense. The team composition that I used was a hybrid here of basically running the Cunning Hair's team composition, because this first node is resistant to electric. So usually I play Grace on this side, Nicole on this side, on the right hand side, together with like Lycan as well as Ellen, just to distribute my team composition evenly. But in this case, because they're resistant to electric, I wanted to split it up like that to get the most value out of them. That's why you can see the record clear is like 5 minutes plus for the first half. Second half is a pretty respectable 2.5 minutes plus. One of the reasons why I'm playing Nicole instead of Sokaku, Nicole and Grace instead of Sokaku, is because I'm able to move my team around just like that, clear in deeper without the restriction of enemies being resistant to ice. I'm still able to split my team up very nicely on other side in terms of this kind of situations. So those are some of my thoughts. If you want to know any more efficiency guides, build guides, team compositions, and etc., do check out the channel. If you found this video helpful so far, do give me a like, subscribe for more such future content. And if you're interested to figure out the current Frontier 10 and the different stages, what are the weaknesses and how to prepare for the blue mode over here, check out the other video. I'll link in the end screen right here. And again, thank you guys so much for your time, attention, and see you in the next video.